Gen Zs are not even in that cabinet. There are some members of parliament who are not as intelligent as those Gen Zs who are in parliament. So why kill a Gen Z who studied, reached third year, fourth year, and then you leave a member of parliament who votes yes and has nothing in the brains? You should kill that one. The country to ensure that they are included in this inclusivity, and to ensure that in 2027 they pursue different political seats, elections in different political seats. And I believe that if we could do it, there's no difference between us and them. They can also do it. 2027, we want as many as possible. So many young people, over 150 young ladies and men in parliament, youthful, Gen Zs, millennials, we want them in parliament because they can make it. So definitely that is what we'll be doing in KYPA, going around the country. Yes.
So for the next 2 years, we're expecting a lot from the comrades and especially KYPA. So what can you advise, especially the president? I think he has failed the Gen Z totally because of, choosing, the senior people in the CS and all that. What can you just... What can you at least advise him? Because I think he needs an advisor. I don't know what he needs right now.
Yeah, to the president. President was a comrade. He's a person who's been raised up by selling eggs and chicken, going by what he said. And therefore, he should really consider these people, these young people, what they lack. It is because of education that made President be in State House, come to Nairobi. Were it not for education, he would have never been there. And the same education should not be made expensive to our children, to our comrades, to our Gen Zs in universities. By scrapping off this idea of the new funding model, it should be placed aside because it's making education expensive for nothing. There's high cost of living. A person who was raised by selling chicken and eggs should really know it better that Kenyans need services. He knows if he's told that somebody goes without food, he knows what it is to go without food. And therefore, he should be focused more on delivery of services, not these positions. You don't need to go and butcher opposition because opposition is meant to take care and provide checks and balances on the government. You don't need to go there and make opposition defunct just because you want to settle political scores, you want to achieve certain things within the government. Gen Zs are not even in that cabinet. We talked about persons with disabilities. They are not represented well. We only know the persons with disability. The only mental disabilities cases have been considered in the cabinet. So generally look at the cabinet in terms of gender. The 1/3 gender rule, not obeyed. So a lot has to be done. We in parliament, we shall still reject. Yes.
So any last parting shots, as today we are going to be having Gen Zs in town, condoning with those, actually the people who have been, killed through these demonstrations for today. Any parting last words?
We're in support of what Gen Zs are doing and other Kenyans. We are in full support. If they want to go to parliament, back to parliament, that is a place that was built by taxpayers' money. If they want to go there every day, they should go there every day. If they want to visit any institution, they should go any day and actually it is really sad to kill a Gen Z just because they went to parliament. There are some members of parliament who are not as intelligent as those Gen Zs who are in parliament. So why kill a Gen Z who studied, reached third year, fourth year, and then you leave a member of parliament who votes yes and has nothing in the brains? You should kill that one.
And in developed countries,
honestly.
people go even to
But I want to thank Honorable Mukunji. He did a good work. He stood with the Gen Zs, he stood with Kenyans, and him having been a comrade at the University of Nairobi, he knows what it is to lack school fees. He knows what it is to go without food. He even knows what it is to sleep in a cell. We slept severally in police stations with him when we were being arrested as student leaders. So he understands Kenyans, and having chosen Kenyans, I can only thank him.
Thank you so much.
My name is Bernard I want to hear from you your reaction on whatever is happening, the grand hijack of whatever Gen Z stood for and what they are fighting for, from the party leader of your party, who seems to be in the government. What is the feeling and what's happening?
The people in my party should leave those positions because they should not rush to go for positions. Those positions belong to Kenya Kwanza government. We are in opposition. Our work is to ensure that the government delivers the services they promised Kenyans. Our work is to ensure that there is proper medical facilities in this country. Doctors are employed, to ensure that teachers are employed, to ensure that high cost of living is reduced. That is what we should be doing in opposition. We should not be in bed with the government, because the government must do their own specific duty of delivering all the services they promise to Kenyans. So I'm not in support of that. And if you see the kind of leaders who rushed to go there, they have no ambition, they have no vision, they have no mission. That is the farthest they can go.
Do you feel they have the blessing of Babu?
At this moment, I don't want to care whose blessing. It should be the blessing of the people.
Yes.
But when I talked to Baba the last 2 nights, he's not in support of this. Yes.
Thank you so much.